The evacuation from Kabul and the U.S. troop casualties have further intensified the political pressure on the U.S. President Joe Biden. The Biden administration has been blamed for being caught unaware by the sudden and violent attack on Kabul airport and the speed at which the Taliban was able to grab power from an elected U.S.-backed government. The deaths of 13 American soldiers in a suicide bomb attack at the Kabul airport have served as a big political setback to Joe Biden amid a panic-stricken and botched evacuation attempt. And now, along with Joe Biden, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is also facing the heat. The calls for their resignations as well as Biden's impeachment have been growing with each passing day. Republicans want Joe Biden to pay the political price for the crisis in Afghanistan. Republican Congressman Jim Banks has criticized Joe Biden, calling the decision of America's withdrawal from Afghanistan as hasty retreat. Former U.S. Navy reservist Jim Banks is now a Republican congressman. He served in Afghanistan as a foreign military sales officer from 2014 to 2015. According to him, with the drawdown, America is leaving behind $85 billion worth of American equipment. And if any of these weapons or this military equipment is used to harm, injure, or kill an American now or at any time in the future, the blood is on Joe Biden's hands, according to him. Not just this, Banks has claimed that after the Afghan military put down their weapons, the Taliban now have access to over 75,000 U.S. military vehicles, along with 200 plus aircraft and over 500,000 small arms and light weapons. The Taliban have also have Black Hawk helicopters, more than 85% countries in the world, and biometric devices which contain biometric information of all the Afghans who helped the U.S.
If any American is harmed, injured, or killed and not safely evacuated out of Afghanistan, or if any of these weapons or this military equipment is used to harm, injure, or kill an American now or at any time in the future, the blood is on Joe Biden's hands.
Meanwhile, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn went ahead to say that Biden and his top national security staff should resign and face an impeachment trial. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley tweeted, "Should Biden step down or be removed for his handling of Afghanistan? Yes." The senator from Missouri, Josh Hawley, joined the league by tweeting, "It is now clear beyond all doubt that he has neither the capacity nor the will to lead." There are dozens of other Republicans who believe that the time for Biden to step aside has come. And our correspondent Susan Teherani has been keeping an eye on all those developments and those reactions coming in. She has sent us this report on the backlash being faced by Joe Biden. Take a look.
Two Republican lawmakers introduced an article of impeachment against U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Friday, accusing him of high crimes and misdemeanor for his involvement in the debacle in Afghanistan. Congressman Ralph Norman of South Carolina and Andy Harris of Maryland both blamed Blinken's diplomacy for contributing for what they called, quote unquote, preventable events in Kabul, where at least 13 U.S. service members were killed along with scores of Afghan civilians. In a terrorist attack on Thursday, the resolution accuses Antony Blinken of presiding over, quote, reckless abandonment of our nation's interests, security, and values throughout the withdrawal process. And they also blame the Secretary of State for, quote, failure to execute his duties in overseeing the evacuation of diplomatic personnel as giving rise to the U.S. troop deaths. Now, it's important to note that the impeachment of the Secretary of State or any Biden official for that matter is highly unlikely for now, at least, considering the fact that the Democrats control the House. Susan Tehrani from New York for WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.